They're set and they're off. For the 2025 Betfred Oaks, and Whirl is pushed forward towards the outside. Minnie Hauk also going forward under Ryan Moore. So Aidan O'Brien 1 and 2, along with We Might Take a Long Way in the front trio. Back in fourth is the favourite Desert Flower in the all blue jacket. Killing Queen is in fifth. Then El Wateen. Back in the field to Giselle and Revoir, and Go Go Boots is the back marker as they head up the steep climb towards the 7 furlong marker, far off yet, and it's Whirl that's gone clear. 3 or 4 lengths clear of Minnie Hauk in second place. We Might Take the Long Way in third. Desert Flower, her stamina's really going to be tested here. On the inside is El Wateen from Killing Queen, then Giselle and Revoir, and finally Go Go Boots at the back of the field, and must be a dozen lengths behind this leader, Whirl. Whirl not taking too many prisoners, still climbing, leads by 2.5 lengths to stable companion Minnie Hauk. Desert Flower, the unbeaten favourite on the inside in the all blue jacket, William Buick. We Might Take the Long Way just outside her. They're followed then by El Wateen to the inside of Killing Queen. Further back Giselle and Revoir and Go Go Boots. They've done the climbing, they're now running downhill on the run down towards Tattenham Corner. And Whirl has made it all so far. Tracked in second by Minnie Hauk. In third, We Might Take the Long Way. Then Desert Flower, the Guineas winner, back in fourth place. Followed then by Killing Queen, El Wateen, Revoir to the outside in the dark green. The shades of green then of Giselle. And still last is Go Go Boots as they run down the hill now towards Tattenham Corner with about a half mile left to cover in the Betfred Oaks. They swing for home and Whirl leads the way. Tracked through by stable companion Minnie Hauk. Whirl and Wayne Lorden, Minnie Hauk and Ryan Moore. Now William Buick is asking Desert Flower to try and go with them. We Might Take the Long Ways on the outside. Wider still is El Wateen. Desert Flower shifting off the rail under pressure now. On the outside, Killing Queen. Revoir is running on well as Minnie Hauk draws up alongside Whirl. Chased by We Might Take the Long Way and Desert Flower inside the 2. Revoir is out wide and Minnie Hauk just goes on into the lead from Whirl. These two battling it out. We Might Take the Long Way and then Desert Flower, who needs to find a lot more as they race inside the final furlong. Minnie Hauk on the near side of Whirl. Minnie Hauk near side. Whirl far side. Minnie Hauk a nose in front of Whirl. Whirl won't go down without a battle, but it's Minnie Hauk. Minnie Hauk wins the Oaks.
Well, it's 5 Oaks and 5 Coronation Cups for Ryan Moore. Let's start with the Oaks, Ryan. Congratulations on Minnie Hauk. Talk me through the race from your perspective.
She began well. Travelled strong early. I just wanted to make sure I was in a position where I could do what I wanted when I wanted. She just travelled a bit too strong. Then she just fell asleep on me then, so I asked her to relax and she went to sleep. And the horse filly in front's a good filly. She was kept building the whole way, and I just had to ask her to go to the filly, and she quickened up to her very, very smartly, got there easy, and then waited with me. And then Whirl came back, and she just found a little bit more. I think she'll improve with experience, and she'll be, as far as 3-year-old fillies go, she's very good. Especially Irish Oaks, Nassau, that sort of thing, and see where we go from there. She's lightly raced filly. That was only her 4th run, so she should improve.
Is this the upper end of her stamina range?
Yeah, she wouldn't go beyond. She wouldn't need to go beyond a mile and a half.
And how difficult was it for you to choose her over the other two, bearing in mind that Whirl put up such a fight?
No, it was very simple. This filly had. She'd only had when she went to Chester, that was her first run of the year, so Aidan was very confident she's taken a big step forward.
And it's mentally you feel that she'll improve. She'll just be able to finish a race off in the way that you would want to with experience.
She'll get more professional and she'll do things better. And she's a strong filly and she should continue to thrive, I think.
How highly do you rate her?
No, she's pretty good.
Compared to the fillies that you've won this race?
Well, look, I rode some exceptional ones in this race. Love and Minding. They spring to mind. Snow Fairy as well. So look,
she's got a way to go to compare to that.
She's got a way to go, but she's open to any amount of improvement.
And how about Jan Bruegel? That looked as though you were able to turn away Calandagan with a soundly run race. Was that right?
Yeah, it went perfectly. He started late as a 3-year-old. He only had the 4 runs last year, won the Ledger. His first run back was 1.25 miles, quickish ground, and he just wasn't quite tuned into that day, but I thought today he'd done everything beautifully, and to beat a very good horse, you know, like his form is high class, and look, he's obviously a strong stayer at a mile and a half.
He looks like he's grown up a lot as well, because he looked raw last season.
Yeah, he is. That is the way he is. He is a big baby, so let's say he probably didn't do much at 2, and he's a late starter, so I think we thought he'd win the Melbourne Cup. That didn't quite happen. But,
You'd mentioned that.
yeah, he's a fairly good horse.
Aidan also mentioned that he sees sort of Los Angeles as the clubhouse leader in this sort of middle distance older horses division. What do you think about the two of them? How do they compare in your mind?
Look, obviously Los Angeles had a lot more racing. He was Group 1 winning 2-year-old as well, and Irish Derby winner. His performance 2 weeks ago at the Curragh was proper horse race. So he's got to improve a bit, this fella. But he beat a good horse today. Maybe things were more in our favour on the ground and everything today, but yeah, a good horse to have. Well,
congratulations on your Group 1 double. Maybe you can make it 3 tomorrow. Best of luck for that.
Thanks, Lydia. Thank you.
11 Oaks now for Aidan O'Brien. Minnie Hauk has brought up that total, dominating this race and dominating the Group 1s here today. Minnie, congratulations. Tough performance from her, but she had to be tough to get past her stable companion Whirl.
Yeah, absolutely. She's very classy filly. She's improved plenty from her Chester run, Lydia, we thought she had. Delighted really. So delighted and grateful to everybody at home. It's great. Brett has been riding her out, Rachel's been riding her work, Eric Ton has been riding her before that, and then listen, all the people, I can't, there's so many people I should be thanking, Jamie and Trevor in charge of her, Siobhan led her up, and so many people all around her make it happen, so delighted for them. But she improved a lot from Chester to here.
Suggested she was going to, didn't you, when we spoke earlier?
Yeah, she did. In her work she had improved, and it wasn't just kind of a normal staying filly's improvement fitness, it was classy, and that's what she was doing. Ryan said he was very comfortable early at the pace today, would have been able to go a couple of notches quicker early, so that's a very good sign. I thought that she was still a little bit green, a little bit babyish, so couldn't be happier really, Lydia.
And it's clear that Whirl also set her a task, didn't she? She had to actually come and get Whirl. Whirl wasn't handing the race to her.
No, absolutely. She was very impressive in the Musadora, which is a very good trial. We always thought there was a chance she would get a mile and a half. Obviously she's by Wooden Basset, so that's all speed usually, but what's very unusual about them is they're staying as well, so it makes them very classy. Wayne gave her a beautiful ride. Ryan challenged him and he had more, and she was fighting back at the line, so she's obviously a very good filly as well, so delighted really.
So what are you going to do with each of them?
I'm not sure, the lads will decide and everyone will decide what they want to do. This filly could come back to an Irish Oaks, she could go to a York for the Yorkshire Oaks, she could turn up in an Arc, but I suppose what you love about her is that she'll be looking at her, she could well be able to mix it with the older horses, and as the year goes on she could get better when fillies like her are...
This is the winner, Minnie Hauk.
Yeah, exactly. When fillies like them are comfortable to go a couple of notches quicker early, that's what will happen in the good races, and that's what the good fillies can usually do, where the good fillies are comfortable at that pace, and they're good Group 1 fillies, but the ones that are able to take on the older horses are just a little bit stronger, and this filly could be that, but we'll wait and see. But she was working like a very smart filly.
And would she be effective at a slightly shorter as well, do you think?
I think so. Like, she was a middle distance filly who was working like a Guineas filly, so that's usually a good sign. Her times are very quick, and her cruises through her work were very different, so but you're never sure until you run, and obviously a lot of things to cope with different, and we'll see.
So now you've had 11 Oaks winners, and they're very different. Some of them are very different from the others. I was asking Ryan to compare, and he was obviously pointing out he's got some brilliant horses that have won the Oaks, Love and Minding in particular. Where do you feel that this filly might be able to rank?
Yeah, obviously things have to go right for her, but I'd say she's very classy, and I think there's probably a lot to come. I'd say we're probably going to see more and more and more of her. That's if she keeps doing the right things and she keeps going through her training. I'd say there's a chance that she could end up being a very, very good filly. And obviously she's a great filly as she is, but she could be able to compete with the older horses, colts as well as fillies.
You've won both Group 1s here today. How about the chances of the treble? You've got Delacroix and also the Lion in winter. How are you feeling ahead of tomorrow?
Yeah, very happy with Delacroix. Everything has went well with him. His 2 trials, his work, everything so far has went great. Couldn't be happier.
People have raised stamina doubts. Would you share them at all?
Yeah, well, his sister by Galileo nearly wanted 2 miles, and he's by Dubawi, so you'd imagine that should help you to get a mile and a half. And he looks a very classy mile and a quarter horse, and those type of horses usually can get a mile and a half. So he's a good traveller, straightforward, would handle an ease if more of an ease comes. He's went through all his work. So everything has went very well with him so far, really. He went up through all the gears. Even last year we viewed him as a Derby horse the whole way. So we'll see.
Okay, and the Lion Winter was just too fiery at the Dante, and you had to rush it to get him there.
He was only barely ready for a racecourse gallop when he went to the gallop. When he went to Dante, he was a little bit fresh. And ran a good race, got a little bit chopped in the straight, and probably would have been third. Other than that, if he wasn't keen, he might have been closer. Everything's went very well since York. He couldn't have asked for it to go better. He's a different horse than was in the Dante. So it'll be up to a mile and a half. If soft ground comes, it'll be an unknown. So we'll see. He's well ready to run now again, and you would imagine we'll see a different horse than we saw at York.
And the stall 19 of 19, what do you think of that?
I don't think so. I think it's fine. You have all the time in the world. Colin will be happy to be where he is. He won't be in any panic, I'd imagine. There'll be no horses probably on his outside. So, we'll see.
He'll be able to find cover, though?
I'd imagine so. He mightn't need it.
All right, okay. And finally, if we get that deluge, will you still be happy to roll the dice with both of them?
I would imagine so, because you don't know until you run them. They're only baby 3-year-olds, and if you don't run them, how are you going to know? Like, they can stay home looking out of their box, and we'll never learn anything. And I've seen so many horses you say wouldn't handle ground, and when they run, they handle it, and you'd say they will handle it. When you run them, they don't. So there's only one way to see.
That's the spirit. Many congratulations on your Group 1 double. Good luck for tomorrow.
Thanks, Lydia.
Thank you.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.